Welcome to the Car Guys, and this week a very special episode for Ferrari fans. That's right, Jason gets to drive this 488 Pista Spider for the very first time.
I cannot tell you how excited I am. This car took forever to arrive. It was going to be a hardtop, then it was going to be a Spider, then it took forever, and then when it finally arrived, COVID. So I absolutely never got a chance to see it in the flesh. I've never had a chance to drive it. I am like a kid in a sweetie shop today. This is a good day.
Let's do this. Okay, so I'm here at the Octane collection, a place that we meet a lot for the Car Guys, and I'm waiting for Jason to arrive. Now remember, viewers, Jason has never seen this car in the flesh. He came with me to Italy, we spec'd it together. He knows what the basic idea of the spec is, but he has never seen it and he has never driven it. So today is going to be a very special day for Mr. Jason, and I'm also going to get someone else's view on this very special car. So Jason should be here any minute, and I can guarantee this week, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to have an orgy of Ferrari. You've been asking for more of this car on this channel, and I'm only too happy to oblige. So Jason, here it is. You have not seen this car in the flesh since we spec'd the car in Italy. I've had it for what feels like almost a year, but now you're seeing it here for the first time. What do you think?
I think that we did a pretty good job, I have to be honest. You know, a bit of the old pat on the back there. I mean, we argued long and hard about the various different colour schemes and combinations of colours, but this really, really works. I'm loving it. I love this car. It's just, there's so many different shapes on it. It's just a mad thing. Seeing it for the first time in the flesh, this is as close as I've ever been to a Pista. I'm struggling to take it all in. I think I could sit here for at least an hour looking at all the intricate parts. It's amazing.
I think that's the thing about the Pista particularly, and people don't really realise just how swoopy, how many like little grills, little touches, bits of carbon fibre, fin, all sorts of clever little swoops and details that the car's got. When you're standing up to it, you just suddenly notice things you never saw. You've got that dramatic S-duct,
yeah,
obviously going through over here, but you've also got grills here, you've got carbon fibre bits.
I love the fact that you've got this kind of cut-in swoop just in front of the rear wheels, which is part of the bodywork, which then that comes up into it and gets met by another piece of carbon down the side. That is just incredible. And one of my favourite things, which I know you hate, you can see the rear wheels through the bumper because of the vents. I love that. And I realise it's really noisy and it's probably going to shatter in pieces, but those kind of details are absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's truly special, truly special. This chocolate Alcantara is absolutely stunning.
What do you think about the historic Ferrari Grigio Ferro, and then the gold stripe, and then the black Nero Stellato, which has got a little gold fleck in it? How do you think that now looks in the flesh?
Yeah, I like it. I think if we didn't have the gold wheels, I don't think the gold stripe would have worked.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's kind of setting it off, because you've got those two different combinations.
Yeah, gold wheels. I can't believe I finally had
gold wheels.
Carbon fibre centre caps, gold wheels, gold matching the stripe.
What more could you want?
I know.
What more could you want?
Do you remember that battle we had in Italy where we were trying to get them to, like, you know, come together with all the different colours and
that poor girl, that poor Ferrari girl,
Nicole,
who was literally looked at you like you were a mad person. We'd had that big conversation about how she hates it when people come and they have these stupid colour ideas.
And another detail that you don't really see very often on Pistas, or many Ferraris actually, are the painted shields. How do you think they've come out?
Oh, they're fantastic. But there's a reason why you don't see them on many Ferraris, because they're really, really expensive. Tell the ladies and gentlemen how much this little thing costs here. Go on, tell them.
I mean, there is two, so you do get two.
Oh, that makes it so much better then.
It was something like £8,000, something like that?
Yeah, £8,000.
8.
Well, this is the company that charged £4,500 for Apple CarPlay, which is free on almost every other vehicle in the world. So, only to be expected.
Now, some people think that these are a little bit too big for the size of the Pista.
No.
I respectfully disagree. I think they sit there pretty well. They dominate, and obviously, if you're going to spend that sort of money on something like that, then you want people to actually see them.
Yeah, for shizzle, there's no way that they should be any smaller than that. They're not supposed to be apologetic. They're there for a reason. So, just one other little. What's that then?
Winky hole?
I mean, come on.
I assume it's if you need to put your key in manually to open the door if there's a problem.
But there must be 100 other places they could have hidden that.
Now, as we come to the back of the car, this is the bit that I think is probably the most successful, because you just, when you're speccing the car, you don't really realise how this sort of fans out, how big, how much of this gold there's going to be, and the fact it gets bigger. And then that combined with the black here and this sort of grilly stuff and this, and I just think it works really, really well.
With the roof down, it's just something else, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something else. This whole panel is just lovely. And I know it's nice to see the engine, but I just think this works so well. I do wonder whether or not we could have continued that into that Sport. It does feel like it could have kind of come out in there as well.
Like the Speciale Aperta does that.
Like the Aperta.
Yeah.
And then had a massive gold spoiler, but that might be a bit too much.
A huge gold member on the back.
Exactly.
Now you see it in the flesh.
Yeah.
Is it what you thought it was going to be?
I think it's better. Even the special driving video that they give you after you've specced it didn't really give you the full appreciation, and even seeing it in pictures, it's not the same. It's so good. It's so good. Definitely spot on and unique as well, because I can't imagine many other people being this.
Bonkers.
Bonkers. Yeah, bonkers. What don't you like? So, having now kept it for a year, what do you think? Probably could have. Maybe we should have spent. I
don't think there's much. I think I did an episode on this. When I sort of did my full drive and answered people's questions, and I think the only thing I would have done is like little tiny things. I think overall totally happy with it. I'd have put little gold rings on the buttons in the center console, just to finish it off, and maybe I would have done the rev counter in gold.
Oh, rev counter in gold.
Yeah. One thing that did happen, and I don't think I've told the viewers before, is that when I came to sign off the car's design back in England, this stripe was completely different. It wasn't the one that we'd selected in Italy. They'd got it wrong and put the wrong one on.
Oh my God.
And if I hadn't have sort of double checked and looked at it and
well, was it pink?
No, same colours, but it was just a completely different configuration.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like little small thin ones, not as much. So I think, I'm glad I caught that, because that would have been a real problem. And actually, when I saw the car, they send you a picture from the production line.
Yeah.
When I saw that, first of all, I thought I'd absolutely ballsed it up because it just looked horrendous. It was really bad lighting, and I just looked at it and thought, oh no, I've really cocked this one up. But when they pulled this out from Meridien into the sunlight, just like today,
dumb.
Oh my God.
He's not looking. I think now's the time. I think I can drive it. Oh, it's back. I wasn't.
What's going on?
Was it? His car.
What was that?
Oh, I want to drive it. Can I drive it? Oh. No, you can't. No.
I think it's time.
Is it time?
It's time for you to drive this car.
Yes.
Oh, behold the inner sanctum.
Oh, brownness.
He's very brown, isn't it?
He's very brown.
Chocolatey. I feel like Willy Wonka. Bit of a start-up procedure you got with this car.
Right, okay.
So, foot on the brake and then press the start button.
Very noisy, isn't it?
Yeah, then obviously auto, put it in manual mode.
Yeah.
Turn off the stop-start button. Bumpy road if you want it. We are now in a Pista Spider, your first ever drive of this car that you helped to spec in Italia.
very excited. I forget how wide Ferraris, even these little ones, are.
I cannot believe it's literally the hottest day of the year, but we are in a convertible, at least.
Which makes a change for us, because normally convertibles are only driven by us when it's chucking it down with rain.
Exactly. See the Mercedes SLS video.
So the first thing, throttle pedal, much better.
Much better than what?
Well, much better than the 488 or the 458. It's not so very delicately light that you're doing this with it.
Yeah.
So first improvement, I'm very pleased with that. Steering's a bit weird. Feels like it's dragging almost.
How does it feel, the steering overall? Because I did get a lot of stick about my comments on the steering wheel my last episode.
Well, it doesn't feel like a Ferrari.
To me, it feels numb, and it does not feel alive at all.
No. It's almost like something's done up too tight. Does that make sense? I expected it to be light and playful, like all your other Ferraris. You can drive them like this with fingertips.
Yeah, this you can't. Yeah, this you need to have welder's mitts.
You need muscles to drive this car. Bit of scuttle shake as well.
You'd expect no less. No carbon tub here.
Sounds amazing. This is what I love about the Aperta. The roof off thing just adds a whole nother dimension to it, doesn't it?
It really does. I mean, there's nothing better than just cruising along. You know, you've got the soundtrack to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh.
The roof's off, the sun's going down. It's just awesome. You can really hear the whistle of the turbo as well.
Brakes are brilliant, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They inspire much confidence.
Just look at the way, I love the way the Cioccolato changes colour depending on the light. You know, it's just such
Oh,
a...
you think I'm looking at the interior, do you? Oh, this is what being a car guy is all about, you know. That pedal, that brake pedal, is fabulous.
It really is, isn't it?
That is absolutely fabulous.
It's like the Challenge Stradale, you know, the brakes just they just make you think you can stop from any speed. I predict that when you are able to depress the accelerator fully for a period of time, I think it'll blow your mind.
I think it might as well. The sign of a good car is that you can drive it at, you know, 50 miles an hour around some back lanes and still be enjoying it.
Yeah. To me, though, it's as much enjoying the spec as it is enjoying the mechanics in the car.
Because of what we did and where we went to do it.
You just get to see it all the time. You just get to enjoy all the bits. I think this is me growing up a bit and speccing a bit more of a mature Ferrari.
You're being an adult.
A little bit.
That's a
Sorry,
bad
folks. Do you think we should have a little bit of the beans?
Holy shit! Good Lord! What just happened? I'm not sure I can process what happened. All I know is I want to do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah. I think there might be even more throttle travel as well. I think there might be a bit. If you sort of like ease into it and then just keep going.
Really?
You might even get a bit more, yeah. It's spectacular.
The only thing I don't like is the steering. That's where I'm...
That's pretty much my conclusion as well, I have to say.
I don't like the way it tells me to shift up though. I mean, good Lord. That's mental.
I mean, in the SLS I was quite scared, but in this, I don't know, it seems a little bit more sure-footed.
It's controlled.
Yeah, there's a lot of confidence going on there, even with you behind the wheel. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Should we take it back?
If you like. keep on driving until the end, until fuel runs out.
I'm very, very, very impressed.
Just stay away from the potholes because the tyres are wafer thin.
Wafer thin?
Yes, exactly.
It's good. It's all good in the world.
Considering I love the 458 Speciale so much,
Yeah.
I'm surprised how much I love this.
Yeah, because you didn't really like the 488 at all.
No, no. But this just turns everything up and it makes it all spiky and fun and exhilarating, and then you loll upon a personal spec and suddenly you've got, you know, one of the greatest cars in the world.
Oh.
Dominic Sipetri not doing this. Goodness me, God almighty. Every time I think, why do I let this lunatic loose in my cars?
Good
Every
Lord.
time. And I just keep doing it.
I love the different noises out the exhaust as well. They've done a good job on tuning that turbo engine exhaust, haven't they?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot more interesting than you'd think. And definitely a lot more interesting than the 488 standard. Now you've driven it. The car that we spec'd in Italy, it's now here. What do you think?
To be honest, it's a bit of a moment, you know, going from sitting in the lounge at BA, waiting for our flight to Italy, the whole experience to finally being in it, yeah, it's wonderful.
You can see why people buy so many Ferraris and why, 30% of Ferrari owners have got more than one model. You know, you can just see that it's something very special about that whole relationship of going there and speccing and working on the car and then finally having it delivered and it being this good.
Yeah, I'm suitably impressed.
Oh, good.
I mean, it doesn't take a lot to impress me, to be fair, but...
Well, you say that actually, but there's loads and loads of cars that we've driven, very special cars, where you've gone, not so much, not interested. And so actually, I would argue the opposite. I would say actually, you can be quite difficult to impress.
I can. Well, that's it. Finally popped the Pista cherry. I think I'm going to be thinking about this car quite a lot on the drive home, and probably quite a lot for the next few days. It does leave a bit of an impression, especially that power when it comes in is just phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah. This is one of those cars where you overtake 7 or 8 cars at a time, not just like 1 or 2.
And but it feels so stable. So you don't go for the overtake, put your foot down, you get over the top of the road, and suddenly you feel like it's going to spit you into the curb. This just feels like it's just a rocket ship.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, and thank you
for joining us. Thanks for watching this episode on Jason's first drive and first impressions in the flesh of the 488 Pista Spider.
I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I am so glad I've popped my Pista cherry. And I got to see this car finally in the flesh after what feels like an age. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave those comments because we read every single one of them. Ding the notification bell for when we have another video uploaded, and
there'll be another Car Guys episode along next week.